Alright, there we go. And tweet is going out. And I have Alright. Alright. Alright, there we go. I've just gotta get the game running. As unfortunately, I don't have my usual 2 monitor setup right now. Because the cable for my second monitor died. So there's that. Alright. Here we go. Okay. Alright. Let's hop back on in. And so I'm going to be monitoring chat through my phone because I don't have my second monitor right now. So again, it's going to be a little probably going to be a little less instantaneous than usual. Okay. Oh, the cable for your bug zapper died too. Thought it was a murder in that case. Apparently the rat found it chewy. Oh my god, the fucking rat is still giving you trouble. Oh my god. So, if I recall correctly, we had just discovered that we couldn't get into the furnace from the inside, I believe. It fucking is. The fucker knows what traps look like. Evil. So map. Backyard wall. Alright. Done. Which victim's body. Da da da. I could have sworn. Ah, yes. Investigate doomed commercial area. There we go. That's what we're looking for. Search for the malignant entity. Plaisance said she lives inside a chimney. Find a way in. We found that. We had found that we couldn't get access from inside. Oh, some more viewers. Neat. But yeah, so we had found that we weren't able to get access from in the basement. So, I don't know. Let's talk to her. Oops.
Yes?
Sorry. No, sure.
Look at you. It's because you're a failure. They sent you to Slight, Precinct 57.
What? No, that can't be
Just
right.
think about it for a second. You're a raging alcoholic who showed up 3 days late wearing piss-stained disco garb. You weren't sent here to win.
Kim, what if my precinct... Hi, Applebee's. Good to see you. As I said, I'm, at the moment, I am checking, chat via my phone, because the cable for connecting my second monitor died recently, so I am down to one screen. Though thankfully, it's my nicer one. Alright. Kim, what if my precinct sent me on this case because I'm a fuck up? Like, as a joke.
Considered it.
So it's
It
true.
would be immensely ugly of them, not to mention unprofessional, but I also think it's somewhat unlikely.
Kim is a fucking saint. What's
I
that?
check the records. This jurisdiction dispute, who polices Martinez, reaches back to the 30th. It's as old as my station. And all this time we can't decide who gets Martinez? I think, yes, both stations would prefer a win.
Huh. So you are their
I am the
finest.
of nothing.
Do you really see me
Safe?
as a safe bet?
But you're old. You've made it this far. Something has brought you through. We've only just started working together, so I don't know what it is yet. But it's there.
Yeah, Cublets is sick right now, so, yeah, I imagine your voice is pretty scratchy.
So no, I don't think they sent you as a joke. And even if they did, they are in for a surprise.
Aw, he healed my morale. Alright. Oh, that's so nice. I was trying to talk to her, though.
Hello, sir. How is the investigation going? Found any clues yet?
Yeah, I found a way into the doomed
Oh,
commercial
that's
area.
great. I hope exciting adventures lie ahead. And maybe you can help Mother become less afraid.
Alright. Maybe I'll talk to her. Because I haven't found a good
What have you
entrance into the
found?
furnace.
And also, do buy the books. There may be...
Nope. Alright. Maybe I need to investigate the doomed commercial area a bit more. It's kind of cool because, again, there's like basically all these failed buildings built on top of each other, and you can't even tell. So, like, before this was a bookstore, this was evidently a salon. And then before it was a salon, it was a gym. Shot football. Interesting. A ball used for playing shot put. A favorite pastime of elderly gentlemen. You feel like you should hold on to this and make good use of it. To sell such beautiful old school sports equipment would be a sin. And... oh yeah, that's right. I also want to plug in my phone so I don't have to worry about it dying while I'm checking chat. Or rather, from me checking chat and just constantly having it open. There we go. Alright, so... let's see... oh yes, that's right. I wanted to grab my flashlight. It's kind of fun. It follows the cursor. Alright. Head on up. And before it was a, before it was a, gym, it was... seems like there was some sort of sports equipment thing going on, because there were, like, sporting goods, because there's, like, taxidermied animals, skis. There was also a propeller. Before that, it was a tailor shop. Oh, have I checked in here? I had not. Alright. There's some kind of tailor shop before that point. And then there was an over-enthusiastic game dev studio that got in, like, way over their heads.
The dusty radio computer sleeps on its wired frame, forgotten and unused. Its keyboard has a rectangular on-off button. The machine lights up like some prehistoric animal stirring from its slumber, revealing fluorescent play and print keys on the keyboard. The hatch on the machine's central compartment is wide open.
Look inside
It's
the
empty,
compartment.
like a beehive without its brood. Some cables have been left dangling, disconnected.
This is where the memory should go.
Yeah, I don't think... I thought I had... it's the empty cassette case. Darn, I thought we had the, memory for it lying around somewhere. Alright.
Okay. What do you think is going on with that computer, chalkboard, and fireplace?
It's just a failed business. The only question is, what the hell were they making?
Yes, that is the question.
The lieutenant takes a step back, steepling his hands. Really do love the flashlight. It looks so bloody good.
Like he's ready to lay out a fine theory, crafted together like a puzzle box.
It looks
Continue.
like one of those popular pen and paper role-playing games. Only these people were trying to automate it, make it work on radio computers.
Utter madness, he thinks, as a compliment.
There we go. Has anyone ever done
Not
this
to my
before?
knowledge. They make automated games in Grad, Messina, Königstein. You know, places with industry.
Hold on, I'm just shifting my microphone placement so I can have my elbow in a bit more of a comfortable position.
But I don't think anyone has attempted to create an interinsular game before. We just don't have the technology.
How were they
No
planning to
polling
do that?
stations. None of the players have to be physically present. Anyone in the world can participate in the game, as long as they have a two-way radio. Then there's the game master frequency that listens in on the smaller calling stations. I think that was supposed to coordinate the stories, functioning as a master of ceremonies of sorts.
Coordinating so many games would take a whole switchboard of people, possibly divided into sub-frequencies.
And this
Indeed,
was a role-playing
those
game?
Welkins are a dead giveaway. Role-playing people love that stuff. The world looks like a modified version of the WiiWare board game, with hit death thrown in.
Aw, Kim is a nerd. He's just like, oh yeah, no, it would work exactly like this. And, you know, these sorts of things are popular with that crowd.
Super cool. Someone should give them millions of real immediately. This game is too good to be left unfinished.
What do you think happened to the
No idea.
company?
They stopped filling out the schedule on the chalkboard.
Wow.
Indeed, it's ambitious and untethered from reality, but
Everyone's saying if they thought they could do this.
even here,
The lieutenant looks around the derelict room. The pipes howl and a rat crosses the floor in front of your feet. Choomfies?
Okay, let's keep moving.
Oh, cool. I got... I got a, I got some experience for that. And this is the ice bear fridge that you stored the body in. Oh hey, what are you? An ice cream maker, defrosted and unplugged. The flashlight casts a strange shadow. There's a hidden doorway here. Interesting. Two rusty rifles are hidden above the piping. They look inoperable. Someone has stuck some busted guns beneath the ceiling. Interesting. Anything I can click on in here? Not really. It looks like someone was paranoid. Or maybe it was just the remains of the sporting goods store. A frozen ice cream maker that's still running. Interesting. Yeah, I hadn't been back here last time.
Cables are plugged into the breaker box. The red one leads to the ice bear fridge.
The rat, catch him now or you'll never be
Ice cream
stopped.
maker nearby.
Alright. Sorry, had to ban that bot real quick. Two cables are plugged into the breaker box. The red one leads to the ice bear fridge and the black one to the ice cream maker nearby.
Something close to you dies with a soft electric purr.
Why did you do that?
I don't know why I unplugged it. I do things without any reason.
The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything. The electric distribution board now has one cable missing.
Alright. Let's see what we got over here. Intercom wires running into the breaker box. Interesting. Okay, I can look in there. Insane mesh tank top. Oh! I can go back up. Oh, okay. So that's where we come out. There we go. Now I can go back in. Alright, so now I know that there's a... Oh, hey, more rats. There's kind of a shortcut over here. Is there anything else over here I didn't really look at? Yes, this was the entrance to the furnace.
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black.
Yeah, so this was the entrance to the furnace where we determined that you could hear sounds. Yeah, alright, let's go back that way, because I did see some stairs leading downwards as well. A cellar window. People's feet shuffling by on the street. Okay. Interesting. Still not quite sure what to make of all this.
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric freezer. The ice around it slowly melting. Turning the crank feels oddly satisfying, like stirring your childhood dreams. In the distance you hear water dripping. It's all gone now. You'll never become a poet or an entrepreneur. You slip your fingers under the frozen lid. but the ice is too cold for you to get a good grip. A pry bar would come in handy here. No, this is going to need something else. Some kind of super pry bar. Don't even try to open it with a regular pry bar. You're just wasting your time. If you want to try again, then you need to have the pry bar in your hand, detective.
Equip the pry bar by going to the Tools tab in your inventory. From there, you can equip it to a held slot.
Okay. Alright, so let's... What do you do? +1 drama. Alright, it'll be my held right hand item. Try that again.
This orange machine is dead still.
Very
It has
low,
a
okay.
hand-crank ice cream churner and an electric freezer. The ice around it slowly
Pry bar not
freezes.
strong enough, okay. Leave. But, oh. Sure. Let's tickle.
Only the red cable is plugged into the brake.
I mean, I
somewhere.
guess I'm
The
plugged it
machine
back in.
comes along with
Does it make any difference as to what's
this
going on?
orange machine is buzzing like
Nope. Appears to be frozen shut. Doesn't make a huge difference, apparently. I still need to figure out how to get into that furnace area. So I can actually check what's in there. Okay. So I do recall there was some kind of sign of how to get in. Like there was some sort of oh yeah, if you go further up, you can see this.
as before. An iron safety curtain curves before your eyes. It covers half the room, blocking the way into a colossal industrial chimney. This is directly above the central furnace in the cellar. The voices probably came from here. Again, your voice becomes a raspy croak mid-sentence. It's silent in the abandoned office building. No one answers you. A sudden bout of self-pity comes over you. Sire, may we suggest something? Think of the yelling of the furnace as a grand performance.
It's your chest voice, not your head voice.
Sing from the diaphragm. Perhaps it's not such a bad idea. Try it again, son. Again. Your voice
Nope.
was sudden. Loud.
Okay. Oh, this
Perhaps
is
it's not
just
such a
repetitive. Alright. How the hell do I get in there? Anything I can click on? No, not really. Do you have any thoughts?
Yes?
No. Okay. How do I find a way into the chimney? I wonder if I'll have to go from, like, the roof down. Yeah, I might need to check how the hell to get in there. Because I do want to, like, that's my goal for That's my like first goal for this stream is to figure out how to check that chimney. Okay. And I think I can put that away.
Several maps have been attached to a bulletin board hidden inside the alcove. They're held up by small pins. The board has come loose from one corner. The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulinda, a map of Revachol, and a map of Martinaise. The north coast of a verdant island is shattered by the delta of a river. It is the River Esperance. Countless bridges put the shards back together, connecting city blocks to river islands. La Delta says a great artificial heart in the center, teeming with life forms and construction. To the east, rolling hillsides, Le Jardin, Stella Marie, the suburbs of Saint-Baptiste, swallowed up into the megacity. They sound rich to you. This is Revachol East. Houdon, it's somewhere to live. Not bad. Then there's Jamrock. It's bad. People shouldn't live there, but they do. Then Forberg. It's almost as bad, and much larger. Then Coal City. It's the worst.
Yeah, and Harry is from Jamrock.
You feel you're just west of Coal City, somewhere above Jamrock and close to Coal City.
I'm sorry, officer. The map of Martinaise is the only one available. The other two are not for sale anymore. And besides, you could scarcely afford them. They're quite valuable, though they might not look it. The map of Martinaise is 90 cents, though. That old thing? It's an out-of-date map of a tourist location that never was nor came to be. From when some design studio people tried to spruce the place up 4 or 5 years ago. They also renovated the horse statue, set up those coin-operated viewers, and designed the new street lamps. They didn't get that far, for some reason. A shame the project never got going. Would be nice if someone fixed Martinaise up. All these ruins are bad for business. Always good to be informed of your surroundings.
Finally, I have a map.
The worn map features the patchwork grid of the streets of Martinaise, with directions to appropriately touristy locations. Year 48 resides on the upper right corner. Your finger moves through the various streets, across Rue de Saint-Ghislain and Rue Saint-Sipar, over Saint-Brun and Martinaise North. Finally, coming to a halt on the spot where you are currently standing, although the map gives no such indication itself.
For a more detailed view of the map, go to your journal and select the Map tab.
Excellent. Oh, I'm so fucking glad we have a map now. Oh my god. I've been having to go through so much of this game without one. Alright, so we know that this is the other end of the thing. So presumably there's some way to check the chimney from around here.
Fuck, does Kuno care?
The boy turns to you. He doesn't care. Alright. Alright.
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
Yes, we've established this, thank you. Fuck. I don't fucking know how to get up there. How the hell? do I get into that chimney? As I said, I might actually have to Google this. As, you know, pathfinding isn't... Anything involving spatial reasoning / awareness is not my strong suit. Yeah. Like, again, there's gotta be some way to get in there. I don't know, maybe... Yeah, that's right, I can get into this kind of back area. I don't think I can climb this. No, I can't climb that. But that is the other side of the building. Oh yes, and this is the other building. Oh, I haven't clicked on this yet. What are you? Oh, there's a few things over here I haven't investigated yet. And there's splatting of bullet holes in this wall. Sure. What about you?
This must be it. The basement door is weather-worn. The copper nails holding the upholstery.
Ah, this is the apartment I was supposed to open up.
And there's a knocker shaped like a lion. The leather upholstery is worn and rough against your jaw. You don't hear any movement. In fact, it's oddly silent in the yard around you. No birds chirp. You try to be as silent as you can. It takes a bit of rattling of the handle to loosen the bolt. Finally, the door unlocks with a small clack. Thoughts race through your head.
Let Everard know you unlocked the door.
Only curiosity could account for stepping over that threshold. Maybe there's treasure in there. A white alligator. A fountain of quicksilver.
Ain't no way I'm not checking this shit out. Everett, you slimy bastard. Smell of disinfectant in the room. Smells like chemicals. Whoever lives here admires fair-haired fantasy heroes with big muscles. Tickle. A book titled The Hidden World of Walking Sticks lies open. You can almost feel the warmth of the red sun on the flag.
This is the flag of Revachol, the suzerainty.
What's the sun?
This isn't just one sun, but there are little suns dancing around the big sun. This is the sevenfold sun miracle.
What's the sevenfold sun miracle?
An optical atmospheric anomaly the first settlers saw. Happens in cold weather. 6 small suns around the big one. This complex halo phenomena is how old Revachol got its flag.
Lieutenant, the old flag of the suzerain.
Mm-hmm. The tenant is an old-fashioned guy.
The flag doesn't seem to mind. It's just a colorful fabric with a sun sewn onto it. Like all feudal flags, it looks like a children's drawing.
Alright. Oh, hello. What are you? Sure. A small suitcase full of clothes. Guests are staying over? Alright. Anything else I can check on in here? No, not that I can tell. Okay, nothing else I can... Oh, no, there's some stuff I can check out over here.
A row of mugs sits on the shelf. Each one depicts a human figure. A dark-skinned woman grinning amidst mysterious symbols. A broad-shouldered man shoveling potatoes, and others. A little ring. Though cheerful, the images on the ceramic make you vaguely uncomfortable. The images betray a lack of interest in human beings. They are merely unflattering caricatures.
Ah, so the racist mug we found in that we found in the bin outside is probably theirs. What do I mean
The
uncomfortable?
owner of these mugs doesn't like people of other ethnicities very much.
Typical asshole.
This person is unhappy. The lieutenant picks up one of the mugs, then puts it back down with a look of disdain.
I'm beginning to feel better about breaking into this man's apartment.
Sure.
Yes, your broken mug friend would feel very much at home here. The same humor, the same mocking lines.
There's the missing tin soldier. Whoever lives here might have used the Whirling's container to dump his trash. And now they've drawn the ire of the Union. The plot thickens, as they say.
An interesting little clue. Let's see where this goes. Clues have a way of magically connecting to other clues down the road.
God damn it, this game is intricate. Yeah, it really is.
Perhaps you should break into apartments more often.
Do you really think it's the same person who put the dead man's clothes in the trash?
I'm not expecting too much from these clothes in the trash lead either way. It might turn out to be some random local matter, but still, a nice coincidence.
You could ask Everard who this person is once you're done here.
Let's move on from the mugs. And I think that was the last of the things I could examine in here. Yeah, no, I don't think there's anything I particularly want to switch out yet. Yeah, and I do think that was the last of what we could examine in here. So, well, I may not have figured out how the fuck to get into that chimney. I have at least, move forward with Everard, who might give me my badge back now that I've done this. Alright. Oh god, the movement system is painful. Especially when the limited viewpoint isn't, like, pointed in the right direction for where you want to go. Isn't quite pointed in the right direction for where you want to go. Oh, it's starting to rain. Yeah, no, it's such a shame what, so basically the, big controversy with this game is that, so the studio, they worked to make this game happen, and then they laid off everyone that made this game, and kept all the profits that keep rolling in from this game. I really hope that the devs who have worked on this do or even better have gotten work elsewhere, because just this is a masterpiece. Truly, there is nothing else like it. And again, it would be a shame for them to, only have this one notch in their belt, when clearly they have a lot to offer. Alright. Okay. Alright. Oh, come now. Get around here. Alright, well, do I need to go back down? Oh, cool. Got more shit. No, I don't remember how to get around here. Ah, yes. You go this way, I think. No? Yes? No? Oh, hey, a postcard. Fuck. Shit. I really don't remember how to get around here. Game about capitalist hellscape gets a little too meta with its commentary. This postcard depicts an ill-advised residential area overlooking the Jamrock Quarter. 13-story buildings line the hillside like sarcophagi, an ominous fog already rising from behind. These are the last boom years. In 1939, the project fails catastrophically, leaving behind an opiate and hepatitis B-infested slum. And this, so this was taken in 1937. Damn. Shit. I guess I gotta go the long way around. Actually, wait. Can I use the map tab to just... Oh god, no, there's no fast travel. Central furnace. Okay, so let everyone know I locked the door. On the way in. Fuck. Alright. God, I wish there was fast travel. Alright. At least here I've got... I can kind of cross wide swaths at once, at the very least. Alright. Alright, let's get up here. That way I can go through and tell Evrod that I've... unlocked the thingy. Door. That's what those are called. I've unlocked the apartment door. Oh. What about you? What do I have to say about you? I don't think I could click on that earlier. I guess probably because it's dark out, so it's the floodlights are on, and now I have something to say about it. What? Really, I gotta go all the way around just to say something about the light. A composite eye of halogen lights watches you, emitting a low buzz. Oh!
Before you stands a cargo container, just one of many in the yard.
I think there's something special about this container.
Is this like your thing with that wall again?
I can't tell. I think we should investigate further.
Because I don't.
What? Why not?
There are a million containers here. Why are you fixating on this one?
It was hanging
You
from the
just
crane.
picked one up because you wanted to interact with a cargo container. We're
Maybe
not here to
so.
interact with containers. We are here to talk to the union, right?
Okay, fine. Alright, if I'm annoying you, I'll stop. But I do want to know what's in there. Alright. Up on over to Everart's office. Ah, yes. That's right, I want to see if I could bust that. Open. Oops. Yeah. Found Ultra Series gloves. What do you do? +1 half-light. Interesting. I think I'd prefer to stick with my +1 interfacing for now, but still good to have. Maybe I should put the maybe I should put the crowbar away before I go talk to someone. All right. The deed is done. Give me back my fucking badge.
Mr. Dubois, a pleasure as always. You don't have to sit down this time, since you've already sat on that chair.
Ah, yes. So, in fact, the chair was a bit of an intimidation tactic. But it's very funny, because yes, you can in fact die from sitting down on the uncomfortable chair.
I'm very glad to hear that, Harry. One question. You didn't actually happen to stumble in and see what's inside the apartment, did you?
Ah, yes, that's right. I also wanted to... I've got to level up. What do need? Map, let's see. Interfacing. Encyclopedia. Visual calculus. Empathy. Physical instrument. I'm seeing quite a few with physical instrument, so maybe I'll level that one up. Alright. Continue.
He's trying to figure out if you're lying.
May have gone inside and seen a collection of
That's
racist
what I
mugs.
thought. Culturally antiquated mug collection. What a weasel. Pissing on Everart's Rainbow Coalition.
He was testing you, and you succeeded.
Now let's get down to brass tacks. It's time for men like me and you to figure out who's killed who and why.
Crowbar is a good way to pry open some tight lips. Okay, but but this fella controls the whole city, and also still has my badge. So, like, I do not have the negotiation power here. The mug collection I mentioned was in the apartment. I found a similar mug in the trash with the hangman's clothes.
Racist mugs in the trash and in the apartment? You guys are just light years ahead of me.
Okay, I don't need your sass.
I have so much confidence in the ability of your organization. I'm relieved you're doing this and leaving me to do what I do best. Helping people. With the power of politics.
Yes, yes. Do you think this weasel is somehow connected to the murder?
Oh, no. I don't cross paths like that. All I want is for you to succeed in your investigation. I would never complicate things for you.
Bullshit.
Oddly, it seems to be
Oh.
true.
This weasel might have cleaned up
Believe
after the
me,
kills.
Harry, he's a nobody. Just your basement variety nobody. Can't imagine him being connected to a high-caliber case like this. But he does live nearby. Maybe it's a pedantic weasel. Fascists are known to be neat freaks. I feel like a real detective right now, Harry. Am I getting this right?
A great technique. You'd make a great sergeant.
I'm not so sure, buddy.
Oh, you're too kind, Harry. Way too kind. I know I'm not a real police officer. You are.
You said the lynching and strike are related. How?
By now, I'm sure you've figured out who the dead man was working for. The bad guys. Wild Pines. Sent to scare us. Another violent measure of the top hats against us flatcaps.
What do you mean?
This strike is the culmination of many mistakes made by the Wild Pines group. They tried to shut the strike down by sending in armed mercenaries.
You mean our victim?
A security contractor. Can you imagine that? Workers standing in peaceful protest, united in the spirit of fellowship, and they send hired killers to mow us down with machine gun fire? I'm talking beasts, hardened killers from proxy wars in Yisut, Semenine, Saramaritsa, you name it, they've done it. Raping, killing, burning villages, killing little children for the Senorita Pineapple Company, Harry. Everything they did there, they brought over here. They want to turn Revachol into a third world slum. Honestly, the only thing they didn't do is kill the village elephant.
Go on.
Now, I haven't personally witnessed the brutalities out there. I have the luxury of staying in my container, you see. If I need to go somewhere, they just move my container.
Wait, they moved the container.
Yes, I'm an old man, Harry. My legs aren't what they used to be. They lift my office with that big crane. It's actually very fun. You should try it.
That does sound kind of fun. Alright.
But enough about me and my fun container. The killers the company hired, I think there were 3 of them, all hardened commando types.
Alright, so there's 2 missing. And one
of them
dead.
was downright suicidal, getting drunk, violent, a little rapey. Even their own negotiator couldn't control him. That's your boy, the one who likes hanging out and trees.
What makes you think the Wild Pines negotiator can't control them?
Harry, what you need to realize is, we dock workers are not pushovers. We got grit, Harry. This whole neighborhood does. Push us hard enough and we push back. And when we do, we push to kill.
Wait, the whole neighborhood's in
Potentially,
on it?
Harry, potentially. We got arm wrestling champions, rowing club people, ex-coal miners, tough guys, all ready to spring into action for their home base.
Who exactly did the pushing?
There's a militant wing inside the Union. A group of people whose duties don't involve manual labor, but peacekeeping in the neighborhood, making sure everything runs smoothly.
Okay.
That sounds a bit like organized crime.
Eh.
They're like you guys. Idealistic people who want to make sure bad things don't happen. And if they already have, well, punishment must follow.
Alright. It's a long way home. Actual memory returns. A breakthrough imminent. Rigorous self-critique. Yes, that's right. I was working on that one. Where? -1 authority. Okay, I'm not sure what... Okay, I got something about. Anyways. Oh, hey, Surly. Just came back from an aggressive flirting chat with my real wife, best friend, girlfriend, so I have to remember to tone down here. Yeah. I mean, arguably there's old man Yahweh. Or at least there's old man Yahweh in people's hearts. So many people ship Harry and Kim.
Again, that sounds like organized crime.
But yeah, no, Disco Elysium is pretty, like, the children have left me alone for now. Dogs here, though, to keep you company. Okay, yeah. Puppers. I'm still very much a cat person, but... you know, I like dogs. I love cats. Yeah, again, it's just like... Dogs are kind of a lot. I don't know if I could handle, like, owning one. Nobody responding to me in Discord. Sorry. Yeah, sorry, bestie. Both me... When I started stream, Dulce was still streaming. So, she might still be streaming, even. Yeah, I wish I was close to people with cats. I wish I had cats. I miss having cats. But I need to have less of a disaster zone in my room and also more money before I can get a cat. But yeah, no, Disco Elysium, I don't know if you've been in here for me playing it before, but it's excellent writing, kind of chill vibes. Oh yeah, don't worry, I don't mean you guys, I was talking about the server in general. For same though.
So these idealists killed our victim?
Well, that's certainly a way of putting it, Kim.
One day Titus Hardy, leader of this peacekeeping faction, comes up to me and says, "Boss, socialist democratic fervor drove us to take it upon ourselves to kill this beast that was burdening the land." He probably worded it differently, but that was the idea. Sure sounded to me like they killed him. I gave them 2 weeks paid leave and told them to lay low to avoid retaliation.
I've never been to Elysium. When I do go, it's going to be for one thing, and you know exactly what that would be. No. Not Elysium, Disco Elysium. The area we're in is actually called... Why does this sound like a nasal British Jason? Yeah, Everard is fun. Yeah, it's funny. He's very upfront with you and seemingly quite compliant, but you can never shake the feeling that he's like pulling one over on you at any given time. Oh, I know some... I don't know what you just said, but it's a very long word that got censored.
Aren't you worried we might arrest them for this?
Oh, I'm not at all worried about that. These are not the kind of men who get arrested. They're Martinez boys, tough and gritty. I'd like to see the man who takes them in. Besides, I sent my lawyer girl to look after them.
If he's just boasting, then it sure doesn't feel like that to you. He's not worried.
How do you know the mercenaries were hired by the
How
shipping
do
company?
I know? Let me tell you about these people. That's their MO. It's what they do.
He slams his fist on the desk.
Last winter, some poor workers in Terminal E went on a little strike. The company sent in Sediment, a security contractor. The strike was over the workers' right to wear protective footwear, Harry.
Censored for good reason. I wouldn't blame them. These characters are terrifying.
These guys turn up and start beating people. Tell you what, Harry, I wouldn't be surprised if we got the same mercenary company after a little rebranding. And I'm sure as hell not surprised to see an army of scabs under my gates.
In this case, because it's kind of an unusual slang term, but in this case, scabs refers to people who are trying to break the strike and keep working anyway.
So you believe the scabs were organized by the security contractor?
You said it. Hell, one of those guys looks big enough to take down that proverbial elephant. Boys like that don't just happen to show up during strikes.
Scabs or babs.
He's not scared of them. If anything, he likes them being here. Strange.
Okay, you mentioned a lawyer girl.
Oh, Liz is a bright one. I paid for that law degree myself, thinking it'll probably turn her all fancy. But hell, Harry, she came back a firebrand socialist. Sometimes she scares me with her zeal.
Oh yes, another bit of background about Disco Elysium. So, we're in the greater city of Revachol, and well, the island of Revachol, I guess technically, district, whatever you want to call it. And then we're in the small isle of Martinaise. And in Revachol, there was a failed communist uprising. Again, you kind of find out through bits and pieces. Yeah, that this happened. So that's why the firebrand socialist is notable. Tell me about Titus Hardy and his crew.
Oh, they are simply fine young men, all 7 of them. Exemplary union members, always working to advance their position in the local socialist democratic movement. Core members. Old Theo used to run them, but things really kicked into gear when Titus took the reins and named the group after himself. Gotta love his initiative.
Interesting. Who's second in command?
They're almost all of them great guys, born leaders. Whatever happened, I'm sure they only had the best interests of Martinaise and Revachol in mind.
Yeah, again, it's just like the way he talks, like it feels like it sounds like he's being upfront with you, but also you just cannot shake the feeling that there's something slimy and underhanded going on at all times.
Work with them. Hell, interview them. But don't fight them. They really are just like you. Men who like beer, women, and some order on the streets.
Where can I find
You
them?
know what, Harry? I got a feeling they're gonna show up in full force tomorrow.
Ah,
The lieutenant marks something in his notebook.
in the future, I could use your backing. Can you ask the Hardy
But
boys
of
to cooperate?
course, it's the least I can do for my good friend Harry. I'll do it right after we've concluded this talk.
He looks like Grease.
When you meet this Titus, tell him about this. See what he has to say.
Okay.
Also, Harry, here's 5 real.
Wait, why are you giving it to me?
I'm not giving you anything. I'm just holding out 5 real.
Again, he's such a slimy little...
Needless to say, this is another move. Don't take it.
I don't need it. I only wanted
No,
you to
I
help me with the
wasn't
Hardy
offering
boys.
it to you, just holding it out there. But I'm willing to share information. Was there anything else?
Good talk.
Was
Let's
it a good
conclude
talk?
for now.
I'm not sure we made much headway here. I was hoping we'd bust the case wide open. Heck, I even wanted to tell you what I really want to achieve with the strike. I don't know what happened, Harry. I wanted you to feel like Mr. Martinaise. And of
Oh,
course,
that's right. Here's
I
my
also
gun.
wanted to find your gun. But it's like I can't completely trust you. Yeah.
The fuck do you want me to do
Yes,
now?
Harry. It's like I can't fully trust you if you're not a man of the left. I want to, but I just can't.
Oh my god.
A man of the left. So you have to be a social democrat. He's been hurt too much in the past by men who aren't social democrats.
Not a man of the left. I'm a patriot of Revachol. You're right not to trust me. I take care of me. I'm a hustler. I grind. I'm a money engineer. What's that supposed to mean? I'm more left than you are. This is another corrupt scheme, isn't it? I'm neither left nor right. I do what my heart tells me to do.
your heart tell you about your lost gun, Harry? Does it tell you to forget about it? Or do you think it wants to be found? I think it's lonely and cold. I think it wants to be found, and I have a proposal for you.
All right.
Once again, I require nothing unethical or illegal of you. You just need to get 2 little signatures on this piece of paper, and then mail it to my accountant in La Delta.
What are the signatures
I'm
for?
glad you asked, Harry. The Union is going to build a modern youth centre in Martinez. It will be righteous. We're gonna get those teenagers off drugs and on roller skates. There's a nameless little street on the coast with some old houses around it. Most people have already signed. I just need 2 more signatures to get this mission off the ground, Harry.
Kim, what do you think of this?
I don't think what we just got from Mr. Clare was very useful.
True.
But, he thinks, it's your call.
As I said, it weighs on me heavily. But once we get really talking, well, I'm gonna hand you the keys to Martinez, and maybe even help you figure out who's behind this killing. On the coast, Harry, across the canal. There's a cul-de-sac there, a little village they're calling it. A gloomy place. You'll find it. I trust your detective skills, Harry.
You're already pretty deep into this. What's a little more? No one can see you here in Martinez.
What will happen to the current occupants?
They are just gonna have to deal with the construction noise for 6 months, and then they'll be living like kings. Right next to a fancy new youth centre, designed by the best architects from Stella Marie.
And if I happen
You
to be
bring
there,
joy
I'll
to my
ask.
heart, Harry. Such a pleasure to be working with you. Here,
He hands you an open white
you need
envelope.
to get signatures from Isabel Sadie and Lillian Carter. The cul-de-sac is right past the pawn shop and across the canal. I hear there is some trouble with the waterlock, but they should fix it by Wednesday morning. Once you
Alright.
have the signatures, mail this to 13022 La Rocca in La Delta. Then we can talk about your gun.
He runs his fingers through his thin hair. Again, he's not really gonna. He's already said he's not really
See
gonna
you
give us
soon,
anything.
Dimada. Just kidding, but not too much.
What's this? We're getting reports of normal, reasonable, temperate, political opinions somewhere in Martinez.
It's because I keep saying none of the above to political stuff, isn't it?
But it's also more. Perhaps it's the hangover. Perhaps it's a temporary surge of serotonin. But something tells you it's time to become a citizen of the Kingdom of Conscience.
First, where is this
It is
kingdom
not
of
a place.
conscience?
It is a moment in time that can only arise in the right circumstances. In all of human history, it's only been achieved a handful of times.
How do you bring about these circumstances?
Incrementally. History's greatest catastrophes have been brought about by people trying to make the world a better place. Too quickly. That's the genius of Dolores Day. She recognized that progress is meaningless if its gains are lost because of instability. Real, lasting change can only come about gradually, increment by increment.
Okay, but what's the kingdom of conscience actually
The
like?
kingdom is difficult to comprehend and even more difficult to describe,
Not very helpful.
partly because humanity will need to discard many of the categories that define and limit it today. The kingdom of conscience is post-capitalist, post-national. It's also post-industrial, post-ideological, and even post-sexual.
Sure, let's see.
Slow down, Mr. Reasonable. Did you miss the part about compromising and taking things slow?
Oh, right, then let's get there
That's
eventually.
Remember, real democracy is just around the corner for Rivershaw. When that real democracy kicks in, a long time from now, we are all going to be so much happier. Lonesome, long way home.
Ah, the thought finished. Excellent.
Here we go. Home awaits. Walk past Station 41 and through the market, past the Boogie Street spearhead to the other side of the lake. the frozen eye at the center of the district. Then, past the video rental store on the corner. There, at the end of a street lined with pine trees, a small house no larger than a matchbox. 11 Voyager Road. You no longer live there. Those times are gone. And so are those people. Why did you come here? Why are you still here? And where's the dealer? You have to get back to work. That's all you have now.
Learning cap for perception raised to 5. Speed gives 1 sigh. Interesting. -2 half-light temporarily. Heartache is powerful, but democracy is subtle. Incrementally, you begin to notice the change in the weather. When it snows, the flakes are softer when they stick to your worry-worn forehead. When it rains, the rain is warmer. Democracy is coming to the administrative region. The ideals of DeLorean humanism are reinstating themselves. How can they not? These are the ideals of the Coalition and the Moralist International. Those guys are signal blue, and they're not only good, they're also powerful. What will it be like once their nuanced plans have been realized? I think I need to finish the rigorous self-critique one before I can start the... Unlock a new slot to research the thought. Interesting. Okay. Well, we'll see. Get 2 signatures for Everard. And I have a new interactable item. Yes, the white envelope that he gave me. White envelope with a stamp attached to the upper right corner. Handed to you by Everard Clare. Inside are some legal documents with 2 names printed on them. Isabel Sadie and Lillian Carter. Both signatures are required. Alright. So we've spoken to Everard. He's still holding my gun hostage. But, well... yeah, really not much progress there. Let's see. What else can we do? Yes, something new added to the done. Corporate crimes and victims' body processing. Victims' tattoos. I do still want to investigate the Doom commercial area, and I do have a note on my map about the central furnace. I do wish there was a better way to find my way around. But yes, central furnace. Just also need the ice cream maker. Okay, so I can give it another shot now that I have improved physicality. So, how it often works, so there are like red checks, which you can only attempt once, and then there are white checks, which you can attempt multiple times, but if you fail multiple times in a row, it locks until you have leveled up the required skill. And I just unlocked more of... so, yeah. So I couldn't get into the... I couldn't get into the chimney to investigate what the source of the noise was. But... because I failed too many times, but now that I have unlocked, I've leveled up physical instrument, I can give it another shot. And sorting that one out was my goal for this stream. So, basically, from what I understand, all the stuff with Everard is kind of the main plot, and then everything else is kind of side quests, more or less. But yeah, I do want to finish off this side quest. So let's go in here. And out the other side. Ah, and back down. And back even further down. God, this navigation system is miserable. But, I mean, with all the good writing, I'm willing to give it a pass for sure. Yeah. Alright. So, let's take another crack at that furnace. And I know the side door now. So it'll take a little bit less time. Alright. Go over here. Let's keep going. Oh, yes, I should probably take out my flashlight, eh? And my pry bar. Alright. The terrifying bear fridge from the failed ice cream company. Yeah, I was saying at the beginning of that, yeah, this whole area is like old businesses built on top of other old businesses over and over again, until finally we have the current bookstore. Alright, let's give this another shot.
As before, and this is directly above the central furnace in the cellar. The voices again. You've a sudden bout of
Okay, no.
Perhaps it's not such a bad idea.
No, okay, hold on. Oh, was it central furnace? So, oh, do I actually need to go to the one in the basement then? Oh. That wasn't what I expected. No wait, I don't think that's the right direction, hold on. Yes, sorry, I gotta go all the way back down. Yeah, okay. Oh, not that way, not that way, not that way, not that way. Hold on. Yeah, that was the gym. Okay, yeah. Need to go back to around where the stupid fridge was. Which I believe is this way? Nope, nope, that's the way I came. Oh, was it back this way then? Yeah, alright, there we go. Rats. Alright, so this is the central furnace then.
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black.
Sing from the diaphragm!
Something breaks loose in you. A mighty bellow echoes throughout the chimney's depths. The chatter of tiny voices above suddenly cease. Then,
You hear a woman's voice answer.
you've awakened the entity.
Hello, are you there? Speak to me.
Did you say anything? I can't hear you. Please come upstairs. There's a safety curtain on the second
Hey.
The sound of a curtain being pulled aside.
After you, officer.
Alright. Now back that way. Alrighty. Now, let's get back to that safety curtain. Aha! The tray is full of dice, colorful polyhedral dice, hundreds of them. The candy dispenser has been repurposed to contain thousands of dice.
Hello, I'm Nia.
A bird-like woman sits on a throne of tools, with emerald light shining through her hair.
Did you try knocking on my window? I must have missed you. I've been listening to my Milius.
She taps on her headphones. Oh, Lady of the Pipes, grant us your wisdom. Nerd dice. Yeah, they inserted themselves. The company inserted themselves in the game as like the failed RPG game company.
So what kind of die are you looking for?
Could this be the malicious entity? Perhaps it's wise to go along with
Ah, yes, the malicious entity.
for now.
No, I think she just lives here.
She's got a direct view to the backyard. You should interrogate her about the lynching.
Hold on. What do you mean by
Yes,
milieus?
a Milieu is like a call-in station. You need a two-way radio.
Oh,
access
so I guess they
point.
did start making the
That's why
game.
I have these.
She pats the headphones on the table.
Mostly, they just teach you to swear in different languages. But some of the stations can be quite interesting. I was so absorbed, I must have missed you knocking.
You must have confused me with someone else. I haven't knocked on your
Then
window.
how did you get inside? By the south entrance? You know what? It doesn't even matter. What matters is that you're finally here. Let's talk dice. Did you have something specific in mind?
Why are you asking me about...
I'm a novice
Dice.
dice maker. Tell me the name of your role-playing system and I'll make the die you need. That's why you're here, yes?
As she speaks, her bone-like fingers fiddle with a ring. Her bones light, but her hands strong. Role-playing games? You know the one made by Fortress Accident. Does that count?
No, I was looking for something else.
Answers?
Answers.
How strange. These days people only come to me for dice and role-playing games. I'm not sure how helpful I'll be, but go ahead and ask.
The walls around her are covered with rows of precious stones and
It
minerals.
almost looks as if the stones and dice are a natural part of the room, growing out of the shells like stalagmites. No falsehoods are present. She's a novelty dice maker and doesn't have anything to hide. Ask what you need.
What do you know about the man who was lynched behind the whirling in
Nothing
rags?
really. I didn't know him.
Who cares about a dead body? You might be dealing with a malignant entity here.
The Inland Empire ones are funny.
The lieutenant looks at his notebook, then the woman under the large window.
Your window looks directly onto the courtyard. You're saying you didn't see or hear anything unusual last Sunday evening?
I'm sorry, detective, but as you know, I usually have my headphones on when I'm working. It shuts out most of the daily ruckus behind my window.
Do you often work Sunday
It's an
nights?
odd profession, making dice for people. But I like it, and I prefer doing this to sitting at home.
What do you mean by the daily ruckus?
Well, there's always something going on in the Whirling's backyard.
She stops and tries to come up with an example. He rolled a 1 on his social etiquette check. Yeah, I in the one of the video essays that I watched that reference this game, there's just like One of the running jokes was, Harry, you goddamn worthless piece of shit.
During daytime, there are usually those kids. And lately, I've been seeing a lot of drunk workers hanging about. Must be because of the strike.
Yeah, Harry's not exactly skilled with social graces.
She's heard of the murder, but did not see it, sire.
But I never saw anyone during that fateful Sunday night, I'm afraid.
Alright. And you never took your eyes off the work to look out of the window?
I might have, but in this case, all I would have seen is my own reflection staring back from the darkness.
Ah,
It's
there's a
really
lot of
hard to
glare.
make anything out in the yard when it's dark outside. Besides, I rarely get up to look out the window when I'm in the zone.
Fair. I see. Thank you for your answers.
Anything else, officer?
Hey, where are we anyway? What is this
We're
place?
inside the chimney of an old central furnace. It's strange, I know.
She looks at the ruddy bricks that make up the walls. Even though they've been repainted, there are still signs of coal-black soot here and there.
But when I arrived here, all the other rooms were taken, so I had to build myself a makeshift home. Besides, I don't really have to pay any rent here, so that's a plus.
Plaisance was right. There's an entity living in the chimney. You should ask her about the curse.
Creative.
Alright. I've heard this place is cursed. Did you know that people call it the doomed
I've
commercial
heard
area?
stories, but I don't think those stories are true.
Plaisance is the one who sent me. She's convinced that the place is swarming with malicious
Plaisance, the
energies.
bookshop lady? I've heard that her business is doing rather well. Have the energies spared her somehow?
Yeah. Actually, the bookstore isn't doing that well. There are hardly any customers, and she has to exploit her own daughter to keep the
Alright.
company going.
But it's not just the bookstore that's still up and running. What about the whirling in racks? Some people say it's part of the building complex.
No, the whirling isn't doing well either. Its waitress just took off and customers have
then
trouble
there's
paying
me.
bills. She sighs, looking at her. Of course she runs a gaming store, the most successful of... She runs a gaming store, the most successful of economic enterprises. Then there's me. She sighs, looking at her messy work table. All kinds of tools lie there scattered, from knives to carving files to wire cutters.
I've been here for 14 years, selling novelty dice to role-playing enthusiasts. Not exactly a million-real business idea, yet somehow I've survived despite the talk of malicious energies. Strange, isn't it?
Maybe it's just because she's so talented that she's able to woo the curse.
I'll be the first to admit there are many inconsistencies in the so-called
I was
curse.
just about to ask, what do you think? Do you think the curse is real?
Time has come to face the source. Fear not, for the forces of the universe are supporting you in this psychic quest.
Honestly, I'm still not sure. The world is a
it
puzzling
now?
place.
I've always thought it's a rather mundane and boring place with no supernatural surprises inside.
I like to
Well,
keep an open
If
mind.
you ever find a way to explain all those inconsistencies in the curse, let me know.
She turns back to her work.
That's all she has to say on the subject. She's been thorough and truthful, as far as we could see. The bookstore closes starting 2100. You'll have to do that tomorrow.
Okay. How did you become a dice maker?
How did I become one? It was a business decision. I was
Ah,
a regular
she was a
jeweler
jeweler.
at first, but that's an unfocused field with too much competition.
Tell her to help her drop her guard, then splash her with holy water. They'll never see it coming.
Some of my friends were role players. They asked me to make some polyhedral dice out of cobalt. That was my first order. I grew it from there.
Do you like role-playing games yourself?
Not especially. I like working with rare materials and a steady pay. And role players as customers? They're nice people.
Yeah, nerds will pay through the nose for their nerd shit. It's true.
She's thankful for the security they provide her.
Yeah, just like, if you want to make money doing art commissions, do furry art. Like, every artist I know is just like, you want like well-paying commissions, do furry art. Do you know what happened to other tenants? Everyone else is gone.
More or less. Are you interested in anyone specific?
Oh, quite a lot of them spring to mind.
There was a terrifying taxidermied bear in the
Boy,
cellar.
the fabled Revachol ICT. You're in for a treat here.
She smiles and leans closer, hands on her knees, like a stand-up comedian ready to tell a story. Furry art is sort of its own category, because for some reason they own the high-paid tech industry. For real. Any sort of, like, high-tech or, like internet security thing, like, even, like, tech engineers and stuff, like, so many of them are furries. Yeah, okay.
The place was owned by two guys who had some rather innovative ideas about marketing. The bear was one of them. Now ask me about their other ideas.
Indeed. What were the other ideas?
Alright, what about the other
It was
ideas?
just one. And it involved picking out the prettiest girls in the neighborhood and paying them 20 cents per hour to man the booth.
Oh dear.
And by man the booth, I mean slump behind the counter with a face that could maim you if you ever dared to disturb their bored magazine browsing.
She leaned back, disapproving.
Fritte does the same thing.
Fritte does the same thing. I know a girl just like that. She works in Fritte as a cashier, and she's not
Employing
particularly
sexy
friendly.
Teenage girls is a widespread practice, yes. Unfortunately, they always come in packs. I'm talking about acne-ridden girlfriends and gorilla-like boyfriends loitering near the shop. At least that's what happened with Ravachol ICT. And they already had the bear.
Oh, what about the bear?
Bear.
She repeats, pressing thumbs into her temples, like trying to suppress a headache. It didn't work
Of course
out?
not. The bear was terrifying. No one wants ice cream guarded by a hostile apex predator. To make matters worse, the fridge didn't work too well either, and half the ice cream came out malformed and partially melted. Eventually, Ravachol ICT lost the price war to its rival, Glace 5000. Glace 5000 sold caramel sundaes for only 5 cents a piece, out of regular fridges.
The bear was scared. I'm sure the bear was doing its best.
Because the taxidermist who made that bear definitely wasn't. Doing his best, I mean.
How come?
He said that the bear was his vision beast. He said he met his vision beast while high on desiccants. Called it Megatherian.
Sounds cool.
Megatherian?
Megatherian, a mega wild beast.
What's a mega wild
An
beast?
imaginary beast that guides you through life by telling you to do more drugs, mostly.
The horrific necktie tightens around your neck, strangely excited. But it doesn't feel particularly fun this time around.
Grab your necktie and mumble. Not now, you
What?
beast. Nothing. Cough and let go of the tie. Right, says the dice maker. She doesn't look entirely convinced.
Anyway, now you know the story of the fallen ice cream empire.
She seems almost sad, finishing the story.
Anything else? Another failed business, perhaps? I've been here for a long time.
Did someone here make stuffed animals? I saw mounts
Maybe
lying around.
Mr. Fabron, the taxidermist. No, he mostly just did drugs. Anything else?
Oh, that was short. I found a strange
What's this
machine.
accident? the radio game studio.
She closes her eyes as some remnant of a memory lights up her face.
She liked them.
They were an interesting bunch. We talked about role-playing systems every now and then. Once, I even saw two of them get into fisticuffs over Wiro. They certainly took their work very seriously, even if they seemed to be chronically liberal with their schedules.
What do you mean liberal?
The
What
usual,
happened?
They ran out of money and couldn't get the project done on time.
Oh, I'm wrong.
Well, I did hear them talking at times.
She looks to the hallway as if she can still hear them chit-chat behind her curtains on a cigarette break.
They seemed to believe they were historical individuals on some grand quest.
She sounds almost mocking when she says that.
From what I've seen so far, the project did look quite
Yes,
impressive.
When the money started to run out, they just began to complain a lot about capitalism. You know, how the markets are rigged to keep out new businesses and so on. In the end, they just didn't get it done. They didn't have enough willpower to produce something truly historic, and to show up to work on time.
That's too bad. I would have supported them. The project looked
Not
great.
the wisest decision. You would have lost all your savings.
She tosses a pair of dice on the table. One of them stops near the edge of the metallic
The
desk.
result is 1 on a 20-sided die.
Crit fail.
The dice is black and filled with little silvery flakes, like snowfall.
Anything else?
What's with the rotor blades and
They
skis?
were made by a company called Slipstream. After they pivoted from making rotor blades to skis, their chief executive took off on a vacation with all their money.
She rests her chin on her hand with an impish smile.
Honestly, I think it's quite funny. I think he's still sending out holiday transmissions from Tulula or Tumotiri or Hashkor or wherever he is.
Interesting. What did these transmissions
Usual,
say?
I imagine. That he's been thinking up all kinds of new business plans and can't wait to get started on them just as soon as he returns.
Her smile widens before she sees the lieutenant's face behind you.
Men like that are a curse.
The lieutenant is stern.
Sure, but Slipstream is history now. All their remaining assets got seized by the bailiffs in 47.
There we go. Needed to adjust some things again. Alright.
I have no idea why those skis and blades are still lying around in the house. Not much use now, I guess.
They were just props. Why return them? Maybe you could make a sword out of one. No, wait, forget it. It would take too long.
I found some creepy mannequins.
There used to be a fashion atelier here, but I have forgotten the head designer's name. They were doing well for a couple of years, until the insect rights activists came.
I didn't know insects had any rights. Or
Yeah,
activists.
the atelier didn't know it either. They produced a certain collection that used chitin among the materials. Apparently chitin is made in the Occident, where it's extracted from beetle wings. And you know how all kinds of political movements are big in the Occident. The activists shut down the biggest chitin supplier, which of course caused the price to skyrocket.
There is a real life analog to this. There is, especially now that veganism is so popular, one of the for a very long time, and even to this day, one of the popular sources of red pigment is comes from the Kermes bug, and it is referred to, if it's from the like Middle Eastern species, then it's referred to as carmine. So if you ever see carmine red, that is actually made from ground insects, as is the European version, cochineal. And it's used in everything from clothing to cosmetics to even It's sometimes used as food coloring. Back in, I think, 2013? It was the early 2010s, I think. Starbucks came under fire for using carmine red in their, like, strawberry frappuccinos. Because that meant that even if you got it with, like, a milk alternative, it still wasn't vegan. And eventually they switched it out. But yeah, so yeah, Carmine and Cochineal, which is probably what this is alluding to.
And, naturally, all the most fashionable tastemakers refused to be seen in Carton from then on. The atelier went bankrupt before they could finish the collection.
I know what they deserve. Making clothes out of beetle wings is a terrible idea.
It had some spark to it. Most young designers just combine lace with leather and call it original.
She sifts in her simple workwear shirt.
As she shifts around, you notice several dead flies on the windowsill in front of her. Legs up. They're not moving.
Anything else?
What's up with the broken window?
Oh, this one's a mess. There used to be a company that promised to repair windows 24 hours a day. What could go wrong with this one, right? Turns out, the business was actually set up as a front for an illicit group that was producing snuff medias. Who would have guessed? And they never cleaned up the debris either. Now it's just littering the hallway and I have no idea how to get rid of it on my own.
It's a shame about those windows. I'm not even gonna ask about that,
Yeah,
Milieu.
Don't.
She looks down, then up again. What happened to
It
the
wasn't
gym?
merely a gym, it was Artemiteps Boxing Club, a community project created to steer at-risk youth away from drugs and crime.
And who was
A
Artemitech?
kind man from Zemsk. I heard he had some trouble with the law when he was younger, and that's why he wanted to start the gym, as his way of giving back.
Judging from the kids I've met so far, that didn't really work, did it?
Didn't. If anything, it made the youth situation in Martinez even worse. At some point, someone started a rumor that the punching bag downstairs was full of amphetamines.
It's not really full of that. No one would store their drugs like that.
Eventually, the coalition took away the funding and the club went bankrupt. This was a few years ago. It's gotten much more peaceful around the plaza ever since.
There used to be a hair salon here, right?
Yes, I think it was called Androgynous Orlando or something similar. They weren't a big hit around here. Turns out that working class men don't like genderless haircuts. They're scared of that word.
Yeah, sounds about right.
You wouldn't like it either. The others would laugh at you. A bit of experimenting every now and then isn't bad.
What's wrong with a bit of experimenting? The customers should have been more
I
open-minded.
guess it just wasn't the time yet.
She tucks a strand of hair under the headscarf. Actually, I had other
Good.
questions.
I hope it clarified things a bit. What else?
I had more questions
I'm
about this
listening.
building. Oh, no, wait, sorry.
Good.
Actually, I had other
I hope it clarified things
questions.
a bit. What else?
14. Why not?
You feel nothing. If anything, it's uncomfortably warm in here.
Leave it at
She
that.
has begun to idly clean one of her carving tools with a dirty kerchief. The tool's sharp edge shining in the light of her desk lamp.
Leave. Alright. Interesting. Oh!
We should think about calling it a day, maybe. The nights are still miserably cold this time of year.
I haven't paid the cafeteria manager for
We should take
damages
care of
yet.
that then.
You should take care of that then. We don't
Let's
have the
talk to
money.
him anyway.
Let's talk to him
An
anyway.
officer of the RCM
Oh, sorry.
shouldn't be sleeping in the streets. We'll figure something out.
Okay.
Though he finds this situation frustrating, he is doing his best to not make you feel any worse than you already do.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Kim. try negotiating with the cafeteria manager. All right. Let's go. I guess I'll have to leave through the kind of the back entrance. Since the bookstore's closed. All right. And I am going to unplug you. I am going to unplug you because
2 cables are plugged into
Unplug
something
plug.
close to you.
Why did you do that?
The lieutenant raises his brows.
Okay. Hopefully that'll help thought a little bit. And also, hopefully the fridge won't fuck up quite so badly. Alright. Main doors. And I'm going to... wrong thing. Put you away. Oh god. I am not singing karaoke. Not yet.
Help you?
Here's your trash container
Thanks.
key.
I hope you found what you were looking for.
Found the victim's
How
clothes.
strange. I certainly didn't put them there.
Who else has keys to the trash
The
container?
trash collection service? CS Municipal. I don't see why they would put anything in the trash, though.
Ah, the elusive CS Municipal. I doubt we'll be able to track down who was sent here last and when. This will have to be one of those little threads that solves itself down the road. Thank you anyway.
Someone on your staff have put them there.
Sylvie had the keys before I got here, and I can vouch for her. I can vouch for all my staff. None of us would tamper with the crime scene.
Alright, thanks. Let's talk about
Yes.
something else.
Yes, have you got it?
Alright.
Does that arrangement include you paying me what we already agreed you owe me?
Kim is about to say something. Let him.
I understand your predicament as the manager. However, I feel I must remind you that we are here to conduct an important investigation that also affects your business.
Forgive me for saying this, but your colleague seems more committed to drinking, and I mean no offense. It's really nothing personal. I just have to protect the interests of this establishment.
This conversation isn't going
Not
anywhere,
until
is
you
it?
Bring me the money.
Okay, I might have something in my motor carriage we can use when you're done here.
I really didn't want to resort to this. The man is thinking.
Oh, Lieutenant, we're done here.
Okay. Kim has offered to help go to his motor carriage in front of the Whirling. Who else has unauthorized access to the Whirling trash? Find this person and you'll know who tampered with the scene. It may take a while. Alright, so I think we're going to let Kim help us out here, and then that'll probably be where I leave it. Again, this is a bit of a slower paced game, so 2-hour stints seems to be the better way to do it. Thank you, Kim. I do not deserve your endless patience.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio.
I have something here we could sell. Look in the back, in the suspect transport enclosure.
Transport enclosure. Regular people just call it the cage.
Look in the suspect
The
transport
cage
enclosure.
at the back of the motor carriage looks rather uncomfortable. 4 shiny hubcaps are stacked against the seat. Their silver edges sparkle in the dark.
I confiscated these 4 a little while back. We can take them to the pawn shop down by the Martinez Canal.
You said something about a pawn shop.
Yes, there's one 100 meters south of here. I think it's called Roy's Nest or something. If I'm not mistaken, it should be open late.
Items that can be pawned at Bird's Nest Roy's appear in your inventory under the Items tab. You can pawn these items when talking to Roy.
Sorry, I can't take them. I wouldn't be right.
Alright, let's not take them now. Then come back when we realize we have to.
His sass. Alright.
Position again, and then take them.
Hey.
Sounds likely.
Okay, I have some shit I can sell too. Alright, now it was Roy's Nest, I believe he said. What about you? An ancient fountain. It doesn't pump water anymore. There's a tree in it. Yeah, I mean, I imagine that would probably hinder things a little. Plastic wrap macaroni stamped with humanitarian aid. This says, humanitarian aid tuna fish, not for resale. This says, speakers from the people of Samara. This says, food gift from the people of Messina. Probably for the union workers. A sewer grate, a gateway to the river filth. A helpline to the company that controls the drawbridge. Hot air rises up from the sewer, sour, acidic, and strangely comforting. No, okay. Where's the pawn shop? Is it down this way, maybe? So that's just like... isn't stuff. Roy's Pawn Shop. Fast cash for faster times. Alright. Some kind of machine. An antique cash register. In the dark, a film projector is whirring away. The bust of a woman. The plaque simply says, Day. Mostly military wear, with a few more eccentric fashions thrown in.
A typical Martinez streetlight sits among assorted floor and table lamps.
There's nothing else you need to know about the light for now. Alright.
It's not often that I see officers from the RCM in my pawn shop.
The man at the counter turns to you slowly.
What can I do for you?
His courtesy is not insincere, but he prefers being alone with his projector, just watching the movement of light across the walls of the shop.
So I feel like I'm interrupting
no,
you.
Not at all. I guess I haven't had many customers lately, RCM or otherwise.
Who are your customers usually?
All kinds of people come through here. Locals, travellers, people looking for a deal, people looking for a keepsake. People who are terminally bored. As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from.
No, quite a
It
collection
keeps
indeed.
me entertained.
There's something I'd like to sell.
Let me have a look.
I'll check my pockets.
Anything else you're thinking of selling?
No, yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to sell his shit. On that. And I'm not going to sell off his shit. Thank you. Alright, and I think that's the last of it. Close. There we go. Alright,
Another time, perhaps.
there we go. Let's see.
Feeling warm and enthralled by the movement of light, while the mind continues to race forward. Lucky bastard. He's probably on Pyrrolidon. It's tough to come by on the street.
Pyrrolidon? What's that?
A drug developed by the military to treat and prevent radiation sickness. It has psychedelic side effects, and it makes your eyes turn yellow.
Excuse me, is it really
I
warm in
try
here?
to keep the shop at a comfortable temperature.
There's a note of indignation in his voice. Interesting. Those triangle patches on his vest, you have a feeling they mean something, like they're similar to the halogen rectangle on your jacket.
So, what's with the triangles on your vest?
I was with the Emergency Relief Brigade. You know, after the People's Pile disaster.
He coughs, as if to mark his words.
Had to take Pyrrolidon for radiation sickness. That's what you were hinting at just now, wasn't it?
He's taken for mental and emotional, not physical pain these days.
Must have been tough. Radioactive
There's a
cleanup.
reason why everyone's tried to forget any of it ever happened, and why no one has tried to repair or replace the pile. So much disappointment, and early death. Cancer mostly. And we knew all that was coming even as we were cleaning up as best we could.
Whose fault was it that the generator failed?
No one's. Everyone's.
He sighs and shakes his head.
So much bitterness.
A bunch of poor people built themselves a primitive nuclear reactor, hoping for the best. What do you think is going to happen?
How'd you end up running a
The
pawn
cleanup
shop?
happened 15 years ago. I was young then. Later, my second aunt died. Left me this shack and all the assorted junk in it. So I came to Martinez. People told me don't go there. It's a shithole. I said, people, we just had a nuclear pile meltdown. I'm gonna get as far away from Forberg as I can. Still in the same city, but
Tell me more about this emergency relief brigade
we
you're
were
part
an
of.
all-volunteer force, self-organized, tried to help the fire brigades contain the spill.
On the patch, gamma radiation lines crossed with a red drop of blood.
I lived by the river since I was a small boy. The Esperance didn't have the art to let it all go to shit without trying to do something to help out. There wasn't much the volunteer force could do, however. We wasted years in the river mud, years getting sick.
He looks at the spiraling light and stops. People's pile? What's that?
A bad idea. Some poor leftist built a particle decay generator in hopes of bringing affordable electricity to underserved communities. It malfunctioned. Radioactive waste everywhere. Probably some of it in you too.
Thank you for telling me.
I like the theory more than the story. Outward movement, not vortices.
Yeah, you gotta get in on those vortices, my man.
Alright, I have other business to take care of now. Alright, where is the door? How did I get in here? There. That way. So, yeah. I'm sorry, Kim. You deserve better than a fucking partner like Harry, oh my god. Alright. Yeah. Let's go pawn those hubcaps.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone,
I have something here we could...
transport enclosure. Regular people, the cage at the back.
I confiscated this for a little while back. We can take them to the pawn shop down by the Martinez Canal.
Thanks, I
The
appreciate your
lieutenant
help.
nods as you take the spinners.
Alright. Pay for damages. Take spinner hubcaps to local pawn shop south of the plaza. Oh, wow, okay. Those sell for 200. So 50 bucks a pop, apparently. Not bad for some hubcaps. Oh. I went the wrong way, but I did find a thing I can click on. Water lock out of order until Wednesday, 7:15 a.m. He did mention this. Shit. Ah, fuck. How did I... Where was it? Again, wayfinding is not my strong suit. Okay, well, you know what? Let me just click on that. And, he'll find his way over. All right.
Hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything.
Something I like to
We'd
sell.
like to sell these hubcaps.
The lieutenant steps in and hands him the spinners.
Roy takes the hubcaps from the lieutenant and inspects them. The spinners appear iridescent in the dancing light of his pawn shop.
Yes, these are very, very good. Did you defraud some foreign prince for them? Jump-a-mesque banger? No matter. I'll give you 200 real.
No one was defrauded or jumped, I assure you.
The lieutenant explains as the pawnbroker opens the register and counts the cash.
Of course, I meant no offense. 200 real for you, officer. Delightful doing business with you. Do come again.
Thank you.
He takes the cash and turns to
Here's the
you.
100 real you need for your bill. Do not waste it.
The rest goes in his pocket.
The windfall is a small consolation.
Anything else you're thinking of selling?
A fascinating photo of a corpse here.
Oh, no. I don't like those kinds of objects. No sale.
He barely even looks at it. Do you know what the tattoos mean?
Photic path. Counter-radiance network. Anti-magnetism. It's darkness. That's all I know. Sell me something lighter.
Alright.
Another time, perhaps.
Alright. Good to know that... Alright, so I finally had someone that I had the option to ask about the tattoos, at least. And then, yes, and then I can return to Gut. And then I can turn in for the night, and as I said, that's probably where I'm gonna leave it. Because, again, it's a bit of a slower game, so, I don't mind taking it in smaller chunks. Since, you know, you can get a little fidgety with how long it takes. Still. Okay, got I have the money I owe you.
Can I help you? Yes. Have you got it?
Yes.
Well,
Here it is. Sorry for the trouble.
great. Thank you, officer. That's all I wanted. Payment for services rendered. If you continue to stay here, I just ask that you please pay your nightly bill in advance starting tomorrow.
Okay.
I'll unlock the electronic lock to your room. All the doors lock automatically at 9 p.m.
All right, thank you.
Please pay for each night in advance starting tomorrow. 20 real per night.
I'll take a room here too.
He opens his wallet.
Of course. Always happy to have officers from the RCM as guests. Anything else I can do for you?
All right, that's it. All right, so I have another level that I can do. So find money for rent and pay guards. You need to find 20 real to pay for your room at the Whirling, or it'll be locked after 2100. As long as you don't have a free place to stay, you have to do this every night. Perfectly reasonable. Done. Yes, I paid for my damages. Now, map. So, I've still got a couple things that are physical instrument, but I did update those. I've got a couple interfacing things, but I'm not particularly interested in, I'm not particularly interested in stealing any of the shit. Again, I can take another crack at these, but it would be difficult. Let's see. Other options are empathy, visual calculus, conceptualization, encyclopedia, logic, and shivers. Yeah, I'm not sure where I want to spend that point yet. Maybe I will go empathy, actually. Well, my empathy is actually already at 4, so I'm not sure. Let's do shivers then. Sure. Shivers is kind of a intuition sort of thing. Well, actually, do I need to pay for my...
Can I help you?
Okay, nope, okay, I don't need to pay yet. Because he said starting tomorrow, I guess. So... Oh, a couple more people came in. Unfortunately, I'm gonna be ending stream relatively soon. I got to solve the mystery of the entity in the furnace, which turned out to be a dice making person.
You redecorated.
Good night,
Just a moment.
Lieutenant.
We should talk about our progress on the investigation. Let's go out to the balcony.
All right, let's go. All right, so after this, once Harry turns in for the night, then I'm going to
The air outside
end the
is
stream.
brisk. The lieutenant is silent for a moment. He listens to the traffic hum. Then,
Now then, we should talk about the investigation. But I also feel you're a bit hazy on the RCM. Our role here, our rights, our jurisdiction, basically.
I didn't know you smoked again.
I have a cigarette every night when I go over my notes. It's something of a ritual.
Interesting.
oh man, he looks so devastatingly cool with that cigarette.
How did you get so cool, Kim?
This isn't cool. It's an unnecessary trial of will and unhealthy.
He flicks the ash. Kiss him goodnight. Old man Yahweh when?
Keeping the habit within the parameters he's given himself takes a lot of focus. It would be easy to simply quit.
Alright then. The debrief.
It's been a long and eventful day.
Alright. So what are our powers exactly,
Quite
the
limited,
RCM?
actually. The power officers of the Rebashol Citizens Militia exercise most frequently is imposing fines of up to 1,000 real for offenses, in accordance with an interdepartmental schedule.
Wouldn't that be an easy power to abuse?
Yes, although indirectly, as citizens can always request records from their local station. Officers of the RCM have been known to take bribes of less than the prescribed fine amount. It undermines trust in the RCM.
Okay, what else?
We can arrest people, of course, but rather than bringing someone in directly, it's preferable to serve a station calls. It prevents confusion and overcrowding.
Wait, how can you be sure the arrestee will show up?
Those who don't show up become fugitives, though, and have fewer legal rights when they are eventually caught. It's about power projection. Thus far, they seem to mostly show up.
I see. And if someone
As you may
resists?
have gathered from the fact that we are expected to carry a record of our kills, like the one in the water labs, we are permitted to use whatever force is necessary, and strongly admonished not to abuse that power.
What happens to people we
We
convict?
don't convict. We arrest and send them to coalition government courts, in Proven and La Delta. The prosecution works off our testimonies and records, which is why it's paramount to keep them.
He taps on his coat pocket, where he keeps his notes. Let's not ask about murdering people in the line of duty. That's kind of a heavy topic for a first date. And who makes all these rules?
Coalition government and the moral intern, more broadly. The RCM was formed by the coalition government to restore order in the international zone after the revolution. So we did. Now we attempt to maintain that order. No more, no less.
His gaze is absently fixed on a window below that just went dark.
Or perhaps it is better to say we were allowed to form. It's a point of contention whether the citizens of Relachol or the coalition government founded the RCM.
Let's say it was a
It's
coalition
probably
government.
more like this. Either way, the moral intern leases us the right to keep the peace in this city, and they will take it away if we misuse it.
The moral intern. Just what is it?
The Moralist International are the world's largest political organization. You know who they are. They have been running this place after the revolution failed.
I really don't know. That's how bad it is in here.
There are a union of center-left and center-right parties across the Real Belt. Our coalition government is just one of its many projects. They also run the ICP, EPIS, most intergovernmental organizations in the world.
What is their symbol?
Interesting question. It's a blue forget-me-not. Their motto is love.
Oh, that's why they're
compassion,
the LC.
I think you can gauge
LCSD.
what they want you to think of them from that.
Something kind and usual. Something almost self-explanatory. Something ominous. Something like the dark blue, serious color of the early night sky above.
Still more fair than Ace Attorney. that was kind of cool to get the opinions of all the different kind of inner factors about that. What do they believe
What do
in?
they believe in? They are Dolorians. They believe they continue the humanist project set forth by Her Innocence Dolores Day 4 centuries ago. Others say they are just technocrats.
Who was Dolores
A
Day?
historic figure, the author of the modern age. You will have to look elsewhere for opinions. The subject of humanism is too abstract for me.
Fair enough. What do you think of
The
them?
moral intern are a fact. I try not to have opinions on facts until they change. And it doesn't look like that's about to happen.
He looks at the city below.
It is more than that. There's some kind of affection in him.
You like the moral intern?
Yes, I did, when I was younger. In my 20s, I considered myself a moralist. A blue forget-me-not, a piece of the sky. They're not all that bad.
He quotes.
That's another leitmotif associated with moralism.
But the years have changed that. I don't know what I believe in now. No, I believe in the RCM. That's enough for me.
He thinks, then changes his mind. I have an opinion on the moral intern.
Do you?
They've done an awful job here. Have you seen this place? This isn't humanism.
We are in what is called the twilight of international law. The laws we claim to enforce come from the MI. We are simply vigilantes.
Yeah, vigilantes sounds
Sadly,
bad.
This is what we already are to the people of Martinez. Most of them, at least, especially the Union. Vigilantes. I expect our job here to prove quite challenging.
He looks at the roundabout.
The lights of the orphan district are reflected in his glasses. The red and golden orbs of the motorway sliding like pearls on a string from east to west as Revachol commutes back to the suburbs. Tomorrow is Tuesday. Monday is over.
How do you think today went?
We inspected the victim's body, so that's good. It was not easily approachable in that state, but we did it. Our inspection could have been more thorough, as it always can, but we have some leads we can follow up on.
Fair
In
enough.
addition, we got that body down from the tree, and we performed the field autopsy on the victim. We found some things we can really work with. I still feel like we missed something, but at least the corpse has been refrigerated. There's still work to be done at the crime scene, though.
True.
He's right. You could smell it. That something is missing, even under the overpowering odor of the corpse.
Yeah.
Now, as for interviews, my list of people to talk to here in Martinez, I mean.
Yeah, the initial interviews, yes, well, we talked to some people.
Including Evrard Claire, a daunting adversary, if there ever was one. He wasn't particularly forthcoming with useful information, however.
A tough cookie, that one.
Claire also helped you, how should I say, remember your name? That's a relief.
Big relief. It's a very serviceable name, too. Kevin's just like, okay, so you didn't notice that I was, like, being shady. Alright, let's keep
We
going.
didn't talk to the Wild Pines rep. We really must do that tomorrow.
Okay.
Above all, though, today was exhausting. What's with all the running? You run a lot. Is that a standard Precinct 41 practice?
I don't like to waste time, you know. I moves fast. The rest of us try to keep
It's
up.
impressive, to say the least. For a man your age, especially. Those are some stylish shoes, too, by the way. Those loafers. Must be hard to run indoors like you do.
He smiles suddenly. Now kiss. Alright. Thank you for this. Or actually, let's just say
dying
nothing.
lights of the city shimmer below. Slowly, like luminous clouds, they pass on his lenses. The lieutenant looks at his slim cigarette, contemplating the next drag. This soldier is the highlight of the day for me, he thinks. This little stick right here.
They really don't like us here. And the mouth on that kid, Kuno. It's different inland, in Jamrock, in the GRIH.
He pulls on the cigarette. Why are they like
It's our
this?
fault for leaving this place to the dogs, to the Union, to the company, not daring to come here more often. It's like I told you, this place is an orphan, falling between the cracks.
Couplet supports in the old man yellow and in Jamrock in the GRIH.
We run this city. West of the river is RCM land.
He looks at the dark silhouette of the equestrian monument cutting into the night sky.
It's incredibly hard. Human beings are. But we are in control, and it's worth it. The organization works. Our systems work. If they didn't, the city would disintegrate.
I hope our investigation will help improve the situation here. At least do some good.
Too. But I wouldn't count on any drastic changes in our lifetimes.
He says quietly.
He is very tired, but the dark circles under his eyes make him look younger, not older.
Thank you for
Yeah,
this.
it's getting very cold now. Let's go.
He puts out the stub of his cigarette and looks to the door. Alright. See you in the morning. Yeah, actually, can I say goodnight to him? Okay, nope.
Yes?
Never mind. Bye. Alright. And we will go to bed for the evening.
The bed is cold and not particularly inviting, but it's yours. The sheets look awful.
Curling.
The sheets feel at once coarse and clammy against your skin. The bed sags beneath your weight as you stretch out and finally close your eyes. And then sleep. And then sleep doesn't come.
But I want
Obviously,
to sleep.
you're in bed with your eyes closed, but it's not happening.
Why?
Maybe it's the bed's fault.
Check the pillow?
Its synthetic filling has separated into hard lumps. The pillowcase smells oddly. Smells of alcohol and sweat and grease.
Check the blanket.
Barely covers your toes, stretching over your soft belly. This is your body here, intimate and warm, breathing. Under your thrumming eyelids, you see a dizzying array of colors. You won't get off this carousel quite so easily.
Roll over
It's
to
a
the other
little better.
side.
Colors, scenes, and half-formed phrases still litter your mind. Part of you is still trying to solve the case, isn't it?
No more
Your
thoughts.
breathing,
Fall
that
asleep
is.
now.
A great silence washes over you until your eyelids twitch in your sleep and images start forming.
For some reason, I didn't expect there to be, I kind of figured that it would just be you crawl into bed and then the next day starts. But I should have known that this just isn't that sort of game. Oh dear. Okay, well, alright. I'm not gonna play through this dream sequence. I did get... Oh, yeah. Okay, so I can save. Oh yeah, it's literally Dreamscape. Alright, so, I'm going to leave that here. And... yeah, so... Alright. Let's go to my stream ending scene. You fool. Alright. Yeah, so, thank you to, as always, thank you to anyone who came out, whether it be live or on the VOD channel, which I really need to update. It's just been kind of hectic, because, and I finally have a day job again, and trying to get that sorted out, and, just trying to find a new job has been taking up a lot of my time. And again, things are a little hectic because I've been trying to find a new job. Finally did, thank goodness. Which is kind of funny because I'm literally 2 doors down from the industrial kitchen for the place that fired me on Christmas Eve. So I get to side-eye them on my way to and from work. My adventures bring joy to your coughing ass. Thank you. You're welcome, couplets. Yeah, so thank you to anyone who came out, whether you are active in chat or lurker, whether you watch live or in VOD. No, it was the first place I worked at. Yeah, no. The place that you went was the one that fired me 2 weeks before I finished my before I finished my 3-month period and would have signed a proper contract. No, it was the other place that fired me. Yeah, so it's the one I worked at last year. That I'm 2 doors down from their industrial kitchen. Yes, I have had a time of it. There's a reason why, hold on, I'm sure I have, yeah, anyways, there's a reason why the fuck your entire life tarot card, one that didn't think winter would affect gelato sales, and that also yeah, and also that it was the perfect time for a month-long honeymoon at the beginning of the slow season. Surely nothing could go wrong there. Yeah, anyway. So yeah, 2 doors down from their industrial kitchen. So I got to side-eye them on my way to and from work. And this is a good opportunity for me to reach out to some of my friends / coworkers from back when I worked there. I'll be like, and because we used to get together every month to talk shit about management. and also just like hang out and have a potluck. And I do miss those. I want to see if we can get them going again, and this is a pretty good opportunity to do that. But yeah, no, things have been a little crazy, so definitely, yeah, haven't been keeping on top of the VOD channel and things like that. Again, I know my streaming schedule has been like, or my consistency at very least has been a bit absent lately. But yeah, because again, I was trying to deal with like finding work and bureaucracy with some like personal stuff. Been trying to deal with that as well, and because again, like my most recent workplace prior to, like, I just got the job offer today, but the place prior also screwed me over, but in a different way. Yeah, and then also I'm going to TwitchCon in like 11 days, which is also very stressful. But yeah, so I know that after TwitchCon, my streaming schedule is definitely gonna have to change, because I'm going to be working on some of the nights that I usually stream. And also, I know that this time slot doesn't work for everyone. I mean, my nocturnal ass is happy with it, but, you know, a lot of my friends have been like, I'm so sorry that I can't watch your streams, but, like, they're either, like, at night, like, in the middle of the night, or, like, at dinner time for them, so I do want to switch around my streaming schedule, and having a consistent work schedule is a good reason to do that. So I know it's at very least going to change towards the end of the month. However, I don't know what it's gonna be like for the next couple of weeks. Because I don't know when my, like, training shifts are gonna be. But yeah, so I went to my, like, okay, let's end the stream, and then just yapped for another 10 minutes. But yeah, so yes, thank you to anyone who came out. I always appreciate it. Even if you just lurk, I don't mind. Again, part of the reason why I started streaming was just so that, you know, I love video games, but I hadn't really played anything besides stuff on my phone in, like, years. Because I just didn't put aside the time for it. And, but yeah, so part of this is just putting aside that time and making sure that I don't abandon all, you know, my hobbies that make me happy. And, oh yeah, I guess since I'm yapping about various things, Papagawa and I are working on our hand cam setup. We're having trouble with the audio right now, and that's the big thing. But hand cam streams are looking more attainable now. So yeah, again, that is something that I really want to do. I want to do at least a couple hands cam streams every month because I just have so many different hobbies that are really hands-on. But yeah, so, and again, there's, so what folks may not know is that I actually went to pastry school after I got my degree in psychology, because, you know, pastry school is the natural next step there. And that's why I keep talking about working at, like, cafes and bakeries and stuff, because that's what I was trained to do. So yeah, there are, but, you know, because I've been working in, like, cafes and not, like, you know, like, specialty, like, not like in a patisserie proper, and not being, like, proper, like, pastry chef stuff. There are a lot of skills that I haven't had the chance to, like, practice, and I do want to keep in practice, like, and I do have the materials for them even. So, like, some of the stuff that I want to do on Handcam is, yeah, so, like, I've mentioned that I do doll customizing, which is why there's been, I don't know how subtle it is, but, you know, I do have some doll theming on my channel, and that's because one of my hobbies is doll customizing. I also have a Warhammer mini that I want to paint on stream. That one's thanks to Risa Rat's influence. And then also, yeah, I want to do things like, you know, I want to practice some of the things that I haven't done since pastry school. So, you know, I want to practice my sugar work, because I actually really enjoyed it. It's not in high demand, but I did genuinely very much enjoy doing sugar work. So, you know, I want to make sugar sculptures on stream. I want to practice making gum paste flowers. Things like that. So, it's going to be so once I've got handcams up and running, it's going to be a combination of, like, arts and crafts, kind of, that sort of thing, handcam streams, and cooking streams, which, cooking / like, pastry art streams, which I think should be a lot of fun. Like, assuming I recover, if you need someone to eat some of those things afterwards, I might be willing to throw myself onto that grenade. Good. One of my one of my, it's kind of funny that you mentioned that, because, again, like, as someone who went to pastry school, and also just someone who likes sweets in general, like, I went to pastry school because I like dessert. But, you know, the reason why I like, one of the things that I tend to do is that, like, again, because I'm a good cook, you know, I do pastry stuff. Generally for, like, holidays and birthdays and stuff, I, you know, I will make some sort of, like, for my holiday gift for my friends is usually, like, I'll do some kind of, like, fancy sweets for everyone. Like, last year I made, like, 3 different kinds of chocolate bark, and gave those out to friends as gifts. And I actually really struggle with it, because one of the friends that I hang out with most often, because he's one of my only friends that has a car, so naturally it's a bit easier to hang out with him, he's dairy free, and it causes me no end of grief, because it's just like, I want to, because, like, I want to make baked goods and shit, but I can't use butter. Why would you do this to me? It's so much easier to make a recipe, like a pastry recipe without eggs, than it is to make a pastry recipe without, like, any form of dairy, like no butter, things like that. Yeah. But, so yeah, I do have plenty of things on the works, and again, in like some of my art streams, I've been working on my new design and things like that. Like, I have a Fugi now, because I do tentatively have, as long as you don't concern yourself with taste or texture, it's fine. Or appearance. Yeah. Yeah, just show up with a Fae feast. Like, from Home Safety Hotline. It's just like, here, eat this pile of cornmeal. As a sign of my hospitality and gratitude. Anyways. But yeah, so lots of things in the works. And I'm starting to get kind of more of an idea, more of a solid idea of what I want to kind of do with all this streaming and stuff. But yeah, so I guess that's it for today. Now that I'm done yapping for 20 minutes. Alright, I will see you all soon. Bye-bye!